So back in 2019, we did pick up a Tesla Model 3, and that has really opened our eyes to the possibilities of electrified transport. So we do a lot of regional driving. Our families are from the country, so we've clocked up 70,000 plus kilometres in that car now with 3 kids, driving around mostly the east coast of Australia, but we've been down to Tasmania and up to Queensland. And then it was so much fun to drive that car that we decided we didn't want to have only electric cars now and then charge it off the solar, and it just all makes sense to do everything once you have those panels on your roof. Charging is obviously one of the big questions that people have with EVs, and especially going into regional areas and interstate. So it's actually quite simple. There's an app called PlugShare that shows you where all of the chargers are, and there's actually loads and loads of them. The NRMA have put tons of chargers in, like high power chargers. Tesla has a fantastic network of chargers, but then there's also power points. So if you're staying at a motel or at a caravan park, like we went out to Deniliquin, stayed at the Big Four out there, they have power points everywhere for caravans, right? So we just plugged into one of those and we filled up overnight. So charging isn't really the scary part. Once you try it out, you realise that it's fine actually, not a big deal. So we have a Nissan Leaf, which is a low-cost electric car, and we charge that at home just off a regular power point. So it's really simple as opening the charge port with the key fob, grabbing the charger, and that'll take a couple of hours to have a full battery. So it's easily recharged overnight, or even in the afternoon if you've got a nice sunny day. We also have a high power wall charger. So this is a Tesla wall charger that's going to charge a car much faster than a regular power point. It does cost a bit extra, but if your battery in your car is much larger, which it is for a Tesla, this is an option if you want to charge a little bit quicker. So we also installed batteries to back up the house and also make use of our solar at night. So these batteries run the whole house, as well as help charge cars and feed back into the grid since we joined a virtual power plant. So Tesla actually manages these batteries, and we're on a virtual power plant tariff that allows us to get a very high feed in. So we get 30 cents per kilowatt hour between 2 and 8 p.m. So that helps our bill in a very good way. So we've had a negative bill for the last 4 months. So that'll change over winter, I'm expecting, but yeah, it's definitely got a financial payback. There's obviously a capital outlay for these. These are quite expensive batteries, but over sort of 8 years or so, roughly 7-8 years, we do expect that we'll pay that off, and then we'll be in a good financial position for that. So a lot of people think you need batteries to have an electric home or to have an electric car. That's definitely not the case. So you can charge your car off solar or off the grid. That's completely acceptable, and if you wanted to have green power to charge your car, you can pay for a retailer that supplies green energy, and your car will be filled with wind and solar produced energy. The batteries here are really to support the grid, so they allow us to use our stored solar, not only self-consume it, but send it back to the grid when the grid needs it, which is during peak in the evenings.